Yes, hello, welcome. In this webinar, we're going to be going over each committee. So we have fellowship, media, and then technology, and then going over any questions you guys might have. Yes, yes, yes. So, as you probably know, our spirit and social chair is Adora, but for some reason, she is running a little bit late. So I will just go over the fellowship committee. So, for the purpose and goals, the fellowship committee is, oh, actually, we will wait to see if Adora comes later on. So, for now, we will skip fellowship committee and rate Canva. Just kidding. We'll start with media committee with Stephanie.
Hello, hello. So I am one of the media committee heads. The other one is Kyla, but unfortunately she could not come today. So I will be speaking. So basically what the media committee does is that we deal with the branding of the club. So like all of the banners and graphics that you will see all over social media. We deal with all of that. And then at the end of the term, we put out a newsletter and sometimes a scrapbook, which may or may not be done this year since it's online. And the newsletter and scrapbook are pretty much they're similar, except for the newsletter, there are 3 of them, one for summer, one for fall, and one for spring to capture those different events from those seasons. And we also are responsible for documenting the events throughout the club that this club holds, even though it's been online. And yeah, so. So there are 5 total spots, and the first one is the photographer. We usually have more than one, but since it's online, we figured it'd be easier to just have one. So basically, you should be able to screenshot on your computer when you go to events, since we'll be on Zoom, and own a camera because we will have some in-person events. So some people can take pictures at those events. And then if there needs to be editing or anything to edit the pictures, then you need to know how to edit them. You use an editing program to make sure that the picture is the highest quality, in case the historian isn't able to. And the second one is the videographer, because we will be having a video at the end of the term that highlights the events throughout the term. So they will be helping with capturing, documenting, and editing those videos with historian, who takes the lead in that, which is Kyla. And then, yeah, so you need just to be able to record everything from the events on your computer. And same thing as a photographer, you should have a camera just in case you go to an in-person event. And maybe have some possible ideas to help edit the video and creatively produce the video with the historian. And then you will have occasional meetings with the historian to see how the video will be put together for the end of the term. And then the third one will be working with me. We will be making graphics throughout the term to create, to advertise the events. I will be mostly working on the branding, whereas the event graphics chair will be working with me to do smaller graphics for smaller events. Okay, and then now to the newsletter positions. There are 2 of them. The first one is the head editor, which will just manage who will be writing the articles for the newsletter and proofreading all of them, and then help the other newsletter chair to plan and organize the newsletters and like see how it will be laid out. And then the newsletter chair will be the one that puts the entire newsletter together. We'll be working with the head editor to create the newsletter. And then the graphics chair, me, and then the head editor will be creating all of the design elements to put in the newsletter, and then like create the content to put the newsletters together, and then eventually like put it out for the entire club to see. And yeah, so if you have any questions, these are like all of our contact information, me and Kyla's, our Discord tags, our Instagrams, and our emails, in case you have any questions. Okay, and if anyone has any questions, you can raise your hand or type your question in the Zoom chat. Our meetings bi-weekly. We have not like decided on when we will have our meetings yet, but they won't be like that often. They'll probably be like bi-weekly. Yeah. What are you looking for in a committee member? Someone who's like passionate about like creativity and like production and branding, and like overall like highlighting the club. Because I know when like I was in yearbook in high school, I talk about it all the time and I really liked it. But yeah, the reason I was just in media committee last term, and it was really fun because I like to like see what like the club did throughout the term. So it was like cool to see like all the different memories. So just like someone who like enjoys like looking back on the memories and like is passionate about making sure that people will see all the highlights and stuff. If someone doesn't have experience, should they still apply? Yes, definitely, because I can teach you like different like design, like are you all right with media committee members being in other committees? Yes, but sometimes that like creates difficulty with like time management. Because I know like there's more stuff for you to do. So like if you join all three, like if you apply for all three and you make it into all three, that'll be a very overwhelming thing. Because I know like just being in media committee will be a lot, but if you like know how to time manage well, you can. It's just like there's less like passion to work on one thing if you apply to like all of them. Any more questions? No. Okay. I think it is Matt's turn.
Wow, it's time for me to take over. So, hello everybody. My name is Matt, and I am the tech chair for this term. And so with tech chair comes tech committee. So this is the second ever year we will be having a tech committee. Last year was our very first. So gotta keep going. Redden's definitely left a very stable foundation for us, and it's time for us to prosper because of it. So with tech committee, our purpose and goals is, first of all, we want to research elements of communication platforms, for different organizations to integrate into our own club. This means is just looking at other websites, looking at other ways that clubs or organizations communicate to people, and being able to figure out how to put that into our own club. Second thing is designing website aspects such as the check hours tab to make elements more accessible and transparent for members. Um, Currently, the check hours tab is broken, and there's many other things that can be changed on the website and really fixed and make everybody's lives easier with the website. So just looking at how can we reorganize the website, what information is necessary, what information isn't necessary, how can we better structure it to make it easier to see and use. And last thing is developing our own projects regarding the club. So like Discord bots, creating trackers, all these other different projects that we can do that is going to be based on what we want to do, not based on what we're told to do. So I do have 5 positions on the tech committee. First of all is the executive assistant. So the executive assistant aids in the oversight of the technology committee. They're kind of like the tech chair if the tech chair is unavailable. So they're kind of like the second in command, kind of like the VP to the president, So they help committee's process of learning code. I do have some things lined up for everybody to learn code at some point throughout the year, potentially involving an advisor and even other experienced individuals teaching us how to, do the beat boops. And last thing for them is taking meeting minutes. Just keeping track of those. And so there's 1 spot, so only 1 executive assistant. There are 2 junior developers, so they are the ones that learn, maintain, and document code. They're the one that implement web-based projects on the website and work on 2 to 3 mid-sized projects throughout the term, or even we do say 1 or 2 larger projects. It's going to be really based on what we want to do and what our goals are as a committee when we all come together. The junior devs are the ones that do the actual beat booping of the website. And then the UI UX developer, which stands for user interface, user experience. There's 2 spots for this as well. My biggest thing is I want the UI UX developers to be doing research on other websites and finding different things that they would like to integrate into our own to make it pretty and definitely to win Website of the Year award again. We want first place. We want to be Fullerton. Come on, we got to do it. And then they're the ones that create drafts and mock-ups to convey how projects will display and function. Pretty much drawing up different mock-ups to really see how it works, then potentially building it up on the website. We see if we like it, don't like it. From there, how can we innovate? How can we change? And then also solicit feedback on user friendliness. So user experience, potentially getting board feedback, getting member feedback, getting a ton of feedback for the committee for how people see it work or not. And the last thing is determine best ways to integrate district branding. So the district as well as international both have individual branding styles, which we do have to try to implement into our website if we want to win those awards. So it's their job is really to figure out how can we integrate the branding and make sure that we're not not following the rules. And there's 2 spots for that. My biggest thing with tech committee is you do not need tech experience. I have never been a beat boop. I actually quit a computer science class in high school and went over to the marketing class because I didn't like the beat boops. But here I am, I'm now a tech chair. And, it really is, I want somebody on my committee who is willing to learn. I'm learning with you and the whole committee will be learning with you. We're all here together to support each other all throughout the term. So if you have a willingness to learn and want to get out of your comfort zone and maybe learn a bit of tech, this committee is definitely for you. So again, I am the tech chair or the clown chair. You can see me on Discord as Clown Eye, or my Discord tag is there, my Instagram as well. So follow me, and then my email, CSULB CKI tech@gmail.com. So with that, we will be going into Q&A. So if you have any questions about any of the positions or tech committee or the website or about clown school, please let me know. As I wait for some questions, or unless there are participants tab, I don't see any hands up. Okay. Uh, as questions are being put in, we're definitely going to have a committee anime night, and we're going to definitely watch an anime together at some point. Be ready for that. We might all take a clown class together. That might be a thing. How often do you expect the committee to meet? So depending on the objectives, so there's like two kind of big deadlines for our what's it called, for our committee. First of all is by FTC, we do have to submit the website of the year award, and then by district convention is when it gets judged. So those are our two biggest times where we might meet more weekly, but until then might be bi-weekly with every other, with the weeks that aren't committee meetings, doing like hangouts, work sessions, or anime nights. What do you learn in clown class? So one of the biggest things in clown class is being able to do your makeup properly. I am a professional at makeup, so I'm definitely going to be teaching us how to do clown makeup specifically. I don't know how to do all like the regular makeup. That's a lot of work. Girls spend like 30 minutes, before trying to get ready. No, clown makeup can be done in 5 minutes flat. Trust. You just gotta look like a clown. And also things like juggling. Juggling's really cool. We'll learn how to juggle. So UI UX this year, I really wanted to have them not push towards coding for the website. This year, I was pushing for the junior devs to be the coders, UI UX, doing a lot more research and figuring out other ideas to integrate into our website. So they're kind of like the idea makers, and like feedback people, while the junior devs are the ones doing the beep boops with the help of the EA and the tech chair and potentially a tech advisor if I can get that going. So in terms of learning for the roles, I would say the UI UX is the easiest role. Around, I'd say that's like a level 2 to 3 from a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being lowest, 10 being hardest. For junior devs, that one is going to be a little bit tougher. So I'd say that one's maybe around 5, 6, 7, depending on the projects that we want to do. Again, the projects that we do are dependent on what our committee wants to do. So, and if we do say have a harder project, I will be getting a ton of different resources outside of the club and within the club to help us. Like I said, I'm potentially getting an advisor for the committee. And we always can reach out to the technology advisor for the district and get even district help. EA, I don't think really is, I can really scale from hard, because what the EA does is they're going to be pretty much helping everybody, making sure everybody's like on their doing timelines and being a support for me. So funny enough, Nathan's been my EA for 2 years now. And so pretty much for the EA role, it's just being an emotional and like physical support for the chair as well as the committee. Kind of being the big mommy or daddy for the committee. Yeah. How your committee organize work sessions, free form, or the sprint slow alternation. So really it's going to be based on what our committee needs and kind of where our goals are set. Of course, if we have a deadline this Friday and we are pretty behind, work sessions are going to be a bit more common and they're going to be a little bit more fast paced. But I will, with the help of the EA, I'll try to space out deadlines and things that we want to do, making sure that like we are getting things done in a good amount of time, but not like having to rush all at the end. I already have a timeline set out of things that I would like to do, And with the help of the committee, I'd like to already start getting the website going. If you like clowns, join tech committee. Yeah, if you like clowns or anime, if you join tech committee, I'll buy you free. I'll give you free boba. Yep, I'm a bribe. Free boba. The junior devs role will be pretty time consuming. Because if you don't know a lot about code already, it will be more time consuming than if you don't know. But if you don't know code, there's always the ability to learn. And it's something that you can even put on your resume, like, wow, I actually know how to code, or like coding websites. Like that's stuff that's resume building, life building, that you can definitely push forward into the future. For the other roles like EA, I'd say will be a bit higher on the time consuming role, just because like that is my my helper, my emotional support pet. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But they'll be like my emotional support and the committee's emotional support, making sure to check up on people. So as well as helping with any projects that needs help. And then the UI UX, I feel like with how I have the UI UX set up, it'll be a lot less time consuming. And it's more of like that introductory position and just like learning about websites, learning about what goes into a website, and trying to find different ideas of like things that you want to try implementing into our website. So yeah, reminder that you can apply to all 3 committees, as there are no limits to how many you can apply for and participate in. If you apply to all 3, right, and you get into all 3, you can then also choose like to do 1 or 2. You don't have to accept your acceptance. You know, if you got into multiple schools when you applied to college, right, you had to say no to 1 and go into 1, right? It's kind of similar here, but you can choose multiple committees, 1 committee. But don't be afraid to at least apply, because if you don't apply, you miss all the shots you don't take. So yeah. Awesome. Is there any other questions for me or the tech committee? What my favorite anime is, how long I've been a clown. I don't know. I also can have a Adora here to answer any plant questions. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. The big red nose oftentimes does make debugging harder. It kind of gets in the way sometimes. Like I right now I'm like looking to my right screen, and so like my big nose, like I can't even see my left screen. It's kind of rough. Favorite genre of music? Let's go like I'm mixed. I really like sort of like 80s like rock, but also like early 2000s rap is pretty good. Or EDM. EDM's pretty fire. How's the clown community like? We're very inviting. We're very friendly and loving, and we give people free boba for application and join committee. Yes, clown committee be fun. My clown shoes. So there are 36. What clown school did you go to? It's called El Camino College. When clowns chase clout, is it called clout or clount? It is a clount. Yeah. With that, if you guys do have any other questions, please feel free to message me on any of my platforms. I'll try my best to answer. I do have a pretty rough work schedule right now, working around like 8:30 to 7, like Monday through Thursday out in the hot sun. But I will definitely be responding while I'm on my breaks and other things. But yeah, please feel free to reach out to me. Yeah, you never verdant, and I'm not scary. I don't bite. Fun fact: clowns don't bite. we go honk. So yeah, that being said, I think we can move into fellowship committee.
Okay. Um, Adora is still not here, so I will just do it for her. I will say though that she probably has a lot more to say than I do about her committee. So if you have any questions or any clarifications that you need, reach out to her later. Okay, yes. So the fellowship committee purpose and goals. This committee, it deals with the FTC skit, or the Fall Training Conference skit, and also the district convention talent acts. So the committee will be in charge of brainstorming for that and implementing it and sending it to win awards, hopefully. Yes. And then also, in addition, there's spirit merchandise. The club does have merchandise, but then for this one, Adora wanted to have um, supplemental merchandise. So that includes a plushie, which I think is a really cute idea, collectibles, and etc. Anything else that might be brought up by the committee, which could be you. And then next one is planning large scale socials. So since Adora is in charge of socials, she might have ideas for like larger scale socials. So that's where like the committee might come into handy to plan it and execute it. So like family competitions, talent shows, etc. Yes. Next, please. Okay. So this committee, there's gonna be two. What do you call it? I guess two. Okay, I'll just say before and during FTC, that's one part, one time chunk of the fellowship committee. Kobe, please stop laughing at me. So the first round of this committee, I guess, is before and during FTC. So it's going to be basically an FTC committee. You can call it that because it's going to be planning for FTC. So there's going to be 5 total spots. The first one is the executive assistant, kind of like what Matt was saying with his executive assistant. And you can see what they're going to be in charge of, taking meeting minutes, and then the right hand member for Adora. And then there's also the creative designer. They're going to be in charge of creating backgrounds, props, and choosing location for filming. Also, they're going to be helping connect visual elements to the theme and then act as a liaison to the media committee because for FTC Skit, you will be recording, and media committee is in charge of like recording and pictures. And yes. Next one. A third position is the choreographer. They're going to be creating and teaching dance routines for the skit as well. And then the last spot, which is the script writers, they're going to be 2 positions for that. They're going to be in charge of writing the scripts for the FTC skit and the Decon talent acts. So these 5 positions, they're temporary. It's only going to be until, or from the fall, like when school starts, or when you get appointed after this webinar, until like FTC is done. And that point, you're done. And you can choose to continue the fellowship committee if you want to. You're not fired. Yeah, you can choose to stay in the fellowship committee if you want to and choose another spot that I will go over soon, or you can just be done. So after FTC, the positions will change a little bit, and I will go over them now. Yes, the rest of the year. The executive assistant is the same. It's not specified to FTC, so that will stay the same. Then the next one is event coordinators. That's 2 spots. Also planning and executing large scale socials. Same thing like family competitions and talent shows. This is 2 spots so you guys could like bounce ideas off of each other. Because planning is not easy. So you got a buddy to do it with you. Next one. And then the last 2 spots are for marketing heads. So this is like dealing with the mascots that, or the supplementary, what's the word? Merchandise for the club. So they're going to be in charge of assisting in creation and advertising of the mascot merchandise and also act as a contact with the media committee. So there's no like clashing with the club merchandise and then mascot merchandise. And it also goes beyond mascot too, depending on what ideas you guys come up with. So yeah, that's me, Adora May Basano, Spirit and Social Chair, Discord, Instagram, and email. Please reach out to her for questions. She is more than happy to help and answer. And I know there's at least one person in here that is interested. So yes. Can you explain the process? I didn't ask if you had questions yet. Okay, now, if you have questions, please. Sorry, I didn't mean to raise my voice like that. Anyway, can you explain the process of how a plant grows? A photosynthesis. The sun is food. You eat food, you get big, you grow. Oxygen and carbon dioxide. Does that explain your answer? I mean, question, Matthew. No, Nicole, please don't cry. I wasn't yelling at you. What is the next question? Compare fellowship committee to a plant. I'm not good at this. Fellowship committee. I can't. Whatever I say is not gonna be good or funny, so I'm just gonna say it is growth. Yes. Where is Adora and how many plants do I need to apply? I'm not sure where Adora is. I called her, she didn't answer. I hope she's okay. I feel like she got off, or she's at least getting off of work. How many plants do I need to apply? You don't need any plants because Adora's got plenty of plants. Yes. Compare the committees to CKI. They both start with C and have 3 syllables. Oh my gosh, you guys it keeps on going. Do power plants count as plants? No, because power plants, they destroy, kinda, with the smoke and everything. Plants, they give air. Yes. Does planting on site count? Count as what? There is a count. Sorry. Are committee meetings at Supplantation? No, Supplantation is closing. Or they closed already. If you apply for her committee, she will buy plants for you. Yes. Thank you, Matthew. Do we get free merch in this committee? Is there a committee chant to show spirit? Ask Kobe if we get free merch. She's a shmoney. Shmoney. No, she says no. Sorry. But you get a big influence in how the merch will happen or how it will look. I think that's a lot of yes. Is there a committee chant to show spirit? There could be. If you join the committee, you can make it. Can you do an LB cheer? Only if I get a response. Who are we?
Fellowship.
Mm.
Anthony.
And what do we have?
Mitochondria.
Okay. Social
I hope you enjoyed that. Are all soup wait, like all soups closed? Soup plantation? I think
Yeah,
so.
they're all close.
They're all
For real.
closing. It makes me sad. Forever. Forever, ever. Anyway, I think those are the end of all those fellowship committee questions.
See, I have one thing to add. So for at least media committee and tech committee, our committees will be open to alumni. For fellowship committee, we are unsure because Adora is not here, so I cannot confirm nor deny. So if you are an alumni and interested in fellowship committee, please reach out to her and she can definitely answer you, or we'll put it into like the update. But yeah, so when Ricardo Porras applies for tech committee, that's legal. You can do it. It's okay. Yeah. Congrats, alumni.
Yes. Thank you, Matthew. So tell your friends, your old boomer friends. They could still be a part of CKI. They won't be as boomer that way. So yeah, that's the end of our webinar. I hope that sparked some interest in you. If you don't want to do it alone, tell a friend to join with you, because things are always better together. Yes. So after this webinar, tomorrow, the committee applications will officially be released. June 20th, tomorrow. Yes, thank you. If you can see where Matt is circling, June 20th, tomorrow. And then you'll have the rest of the week until Saturday, June 26th, to complete it and submit it and tell all your friends to submit it. CKI friends. Will this PowerPoint be posted somewhere? I'll tell you, this video will be posted on YouTube. I hope soon. But yes. Oh, I forgot to say one thing. For fellowship, committee, for FTC, on Adora's application, it will show you last year's FTC skit, which, never mind. But yeah, so you can see how that looks before you apply. So you get an idea of what you're gonna do. So yeah, good luck. I hope I see applications soon. I think Matthew wants to say something.
For my committee, you can check out that website. Um, that's about it.
That's a cool website. You could make it even cooler. Oh. Yeah.
You can help me meme it out at the end of the year when we change it, the entire website to be a clown theme.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna end this recording.